the owner would definitely like to see us kind of hit that 50 house range and then continue from there. We're always buying property, and I have some things coming down the pipe that would definitely help this affordable housing issue that we're currently having. Can't touch on too much about it until it's 100% final, but when it does come out, then we have some more options for some people to look at that. It's just a matter of distance from what I'm seeing so far. So they don't want to give up the luxury of being in the city, but also don't want to pay for something that they can afford to be in and actually have equity instead of just giving them money to rent.
Yeah, I feel like not a lot of builders have done this other than like bigger ones like Canalex, you know, with Trillium Woods, but you guys are focusing on opening up subdivisions as well. So it's not just buying lots and you know, selling them and having a few builds on a street. It's focused on the grand scheme of multiple homes and multiple units because we need it. So even like North Bay right now, I think to hit target for what the federal government wants out of Canadian housing, it's like we need 120 to 130 units per year right now in North Bay and surrounding area. So at least you're hitting a little bit of that, and I think everybody does their part, you get a bit more of it, but it also can't all be mega mansions. They can't all be custom builds. You'll have a few customs, but we do need more of that affordable housing. I know you can't touch on too much, but can you tell us about what that first-time buyer kind of house plan looks like on what you guys have worked on?
Yeah, so we have it's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath bungalow. So you have 800 square feet finished main floor with a full unfinished basement. So your laundry's in the basement that way. Typically, the house by itself is listed at $379. So you can put that house on a client's lot if you have a lot yourself, or one of our other ones if you want to.
Yeah.
So we price the house by itself. And then currently right now we have 3 spec homes on the go. We're just starting them all right now. So we have 201 Talon, which is in Rutherglen, and then 111 Riverside and 113 Riverside.
Okay.
Respectively, those are $439 and $449 taxes in starting at. So if you want to upgrade from that point, you can.
Yeah.
So if someone wants to finish the basement, add that bathroom in, upgrade their flooring, make their kitchen nicer, they have the option to do so if they get in ahead of time.
If they get in ahead of time, but at the same time, they can move in. Their main floor is finished. For a first-time buyer, you know, they only have enough for their down payment and maybe a little bit extra. But this is something they can grow into for a little while. This can be their 5 to 10-year home.
Exactly.
Right? Maybe they have their first child there. You know, they still have the bedrooms. They could still add more bedrooms to the basement, right? You can live comfortably in this smaller new build and worry-free because there are no renovations, there are no red flags, like you're not...
It comes with full Terry-on warranty as well, as most new builders have. So you have at least 7 years of most of the house being covered. We're really good for any of that stuff, so if you need anything, you know, please don't go through Terry-on. Just call us, we'll be there faster. But yeah, we did set the basement up in a way as well where there's a 3rd bedroom location, very easy with a nice rec room. So it is something that people can grow into if they want to start a family there, have some pets, that sort of thing. I am trying to work on a 3rd model that might be a little bit of a middle ground with a slight upgrade, or people that want to add on a single car garage, just a little bit
or even add on like a smaller 3rd bedroom to that main floor, because I know a lot of families, if they have 2 kids already, they don't need large, but they still want 3 bedrooms on that one floor. So that's good. Are you talking to realtors in the area? Are you talking to other builders or designers and stuff like that to establish what the need is for your builds?
Quite often we are. Usually we'll get feedback from a lot of the realtors as well, just based on how they go through.
Because I feel like you've had a lot of model homes, and then some have sold fast and some haven't, right? So you kind of get that feedback and then you roll out new plans for the next year. Some
people think that it should be done a certain way and some not, right? It depends on the kind of area you're looking into. We struggle with this sometimes on the external side of things where we want to do a certain style of house, but cost-wise doesn't make sense for the area. Or we are trying to keep costs down because in some senses we are holding the whole cost of that home until we sell it. So there are balancing acts, you know, things that we would like to do that would be easier and would sell the house a little bit faster, but
but I feel like you guys as a building company, you've definitely adapted well to to all the changes in the last 5 years, and even coming out with a smaller new build for first-time buyers, even second-time buyers that, you know, can't afford the $800,000 plus detached newer home. It's going to make some changes. It's going to really help people, I think. And that's kind of the feedback we get as realtors when we're talking to buyers out there, is like their options are very limited in a certain price point. They're having to, you know, invest all of their money into these older homes that they don't want to really renovate, or they're having to buy a semi for $450,000. You know, but again, if they're willing to go outside of North Bay, you have a few benefits there. You have lower taxes. Again, the drive isn't that crazy depending where you are in what community. I think like just since joining Revel, there's a lot of Revel offices that are all over Ontario. And every time I mention like the areas I service, they're always shocked with how many communities we service. Like, I think we have like 16. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's also a hard part on our side too, right? Because now you're looking at different municipalities for different building codes, and you're trying to
different planners, different zoning.
I think that's where something that the government can kind of implement, where it's like we have more of a standard for these things, so it's a little bit easier. Yes, I understand that some municipalities have different uniqueness to them, but some of them don't need to be there. Like, there's no reason why one municipality over the other should be charging more for a permit. When they offer less of a service. So little things like that for sure, but yeah, the affordable housing is something huge. We would obviously want to capitalize on building as many houses as possible, even if that comes down to, you know, $400,000 houses up to the $1.5–2 million mega mansions. That being said, you know, it keeps us a lot busier, so it's a lot easier in our sub-trades, you know, to have those smaller houses come in.
And quicker timelines too, right?
Well, yeah, usually we can kind of finish those in about 5 months or so.
And you mentioned the partnership you guys have with Goldcrest?
Yep, that's correct.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about building their home versus the timeline of custom build or building your spec homes.
Fastest house we can probably end up doing would be about 3 to 4 months, I would say, and that would be our Goldcrest models. They're built in a factory, so it's very, very fast. They don't have weather problems like we typically do with customs, so they're very, very good that way. Typically, delivery for them doesn't take too long. They come shipped all the way from Ottawa typically, so even at that point, you're looking at about a 4-month turnaround from when you purchase, from when they build it to when we finish and you move in. Our smaller, more affordable homes, you're probably looking at about a 5-month turnaround. Now, depending on how we kind of go with these after we do a few of them, we might be able to cut that down to 4 months, which is what I'm really hoping, because I want to try and get that gap from people moving from their existing into a new home as small as possible. And then our customs are about 6 months plus, depending on the complexity and size. So they're all really close to each other, but, 6 months is still quite a bit of displacement.
At least there's the 4-month option, right? And I think if people can time those properly, then they're not out of a home for a year. They're not having to live with their parents or whatnot. Like, the process of selling their home, hopefully, and to getting into their new home is quite short, which is great.
There's more hoops to jump through when you go through a build than if you're just buying a pre-existing home. So if we can make that part of the process easier for clients, they'll be more inclined to look at that as an option instead of just looking at what's currently out there that they can get into quickly.
I think that kind of wraps up what we wanted to talk about today. I'm thankful to have you join us on our YouTube channel.
Keep an eye out. We're going to have some announcements coming this fall for quite a few different things. Some very, very big stuff coming. I think next year is probably going to be our biggest year yet. And if you guys are looking at building, we build on our lot. If you have a lot yourself, or if you're looking at purchasing one, we would love to buy that as a package, bundle it, and get your options for you.
Awesome. Thanks, Taylor.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, make sure to subscribe to our channel because we will have more guests and more topics. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions.